Hello friends, as you can see that the day 6 problem of February challenge is binary tree right side view. So let's see what is the right side view of a binary tree.
So friends, first of all, let's see with the help of an example that what is the meaning of this right side view. Suppose here the given tree is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This is the given tree and we have to find its right side view. So what we will do, we will first see that this layer, then we will see this layer, then the 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8 and 9. So what will be the answer? Answer will be the rightmost element of all the layers, right? So for the first layer, the rightmost element is 1, then 3, then 6, then 8, then 9. So the answer will be 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, because this will be the right side view of this tree. How this will be the right side view? In practically, suppose that you are standing here. Suppose you are standing here and you have to see the tree from here. So what you will see that in this level you will see 1, in this level you will see 3 only, because not 2, because this 2 will be behind this 3. If you look from this side, so 2 will not be seen, then 6, then 8, then 9. This is the meaning of right side view. Okay, so let's see how to write the code. So friend, here you can see that I have drawn the same tree so that I can explain it with the help of code. So first of all, what we do is that we create a vector ans. This will store our answer, like subsequent values of the rightmost elements. So let's see that this is currently blank vector, this is an empty vector. So okay, and now if we pass the root here, so if there is no root, that is if the root is null, then we will simply return this blank vector. Okay, and if there is no root, then we will return it, and if there is root, then what will we do? Here the root is 1, so if it is present, if the root is present, then we will make a queue. Okay, so let's make a queue here, and okay, we made a queue. Now what we do, we push this root in the queue. We push this root in the queue, so the root will be here, and then if the queue is not empty, so as we push the root in the queue, then the queue is not empty, so the this while loop will run. This while loop will run, and it will what will this while loop do? First of all, it will take the size of the queue, that is it will take the size of the given layer. So for the first element, the size of the queue will be 1, because only 1 is present in the queue, so n equals to 1, and then this for loop will run. Okay, and this for loop will store the value encountered in a temp variable. So first of all, the value encountered in the front will be 1, so we stored 1 in our temp variable, then we dequeued this element, and by q.pop, so it will remove the front element of this queue. Then if I equals to n, and in this case I equals to 1 and n equals to 1, so that means I equals to n, then we will push this 1, this temp variable, into our answer. So our answer have 1 now, and then we will through these two statements are there to push the child of the node, current node, into this queue. So it has a left and right, and one has a left child and right child both, so both will be pushed into the queue. 2 and 3 will be pushed into the queue. Then what will happen, that again queue is not empty, so this all the things will run once more, but this time the size of the layer is 2, so n equals to 2. Okay, so this for loop will run 2 times for I equals to 1 and I equals to 2. When I equals to 1, then the temp value will be the front of the queue. So the front of the queue will be here 2. So temp is 2 now, and then we pop out this 2 from the queue. And if I equals to n, but I is here 1, but n, the value of n is 2, so I is not equals to 1, so this temp will not be the answer, will not be pushed into the answer. And then we check if the current node, that is 2, have any left child or right child or not. So we see that 2 have not any left child, but it has a right child, so this right child will pushed into the queue. But again the for loop will run for I equals to 2, that is the value will be 3. So the value will be 3, and the temp value will be, because there is no more 2 present, so the temp value will be the front of this queue, that is 3, and then we will pop 3 from this queue. And then here I equals to 2 and n was also 2, so this 3 will be, this temp value will be pushed into the answer, so 3 will be pushed into the answer. And then we check if this 3 have left child or right child or not. So we see that the 3 has left child and right child both, 5 and 6. So again the queue is not empty, and we can see here, friends, that each time a level ends, the current the next level is present, is completely present in this queue. See here 2 and 3 ended from the queue, but 4, 5 and 6 are there now. Okay, so for this also the same things will happen, that this for loop will run 3 times, and this for loop will run 3 times. So first of all temp will be 4, then the child of 4, first of all the temp will be 4, and the child of 4 will be pushed into the queue. The child of 4 are 7 and 8, so 7 and 8 will be pushed into the queue. Then the temp for I equals to 2, the temp value will be 5, so 5 will be popped out, and the child of 5 will now be pushed, but there is no child, so nothing will be pushed. Then for I equals to 3, the temp value will be 6, so 6 will be popped out, and the child of 6 will be pushed into the queue, but 6 don't have any child, so nothing will happen. So again the next layer is present and the current layer is finished. So while loop will run once more, and this time the value of n will be the size of queues, that is equal to 2. So this for loop will run 2 times. For 7, the for the first time, that is I equals to 1, this the temp value will be 7, and since I equals is not equal to, and the temp value will be 7, and this 7 will be popped out. But since I is not equals to n, and sorry here in the last iteration of while loop, here 6 will be pushed into the answer, and since here I is not equals to n for the 7, then we will push the child of 7. So 7 don't have any left child, but 7 have a right child, so this right child will be pushed into it, and then the for loop will run for the second time, and in this the node value will be 8, so the temp value will be 8 now, and then 8 will be popped out from the queue, and then I and n, I is also 2 and n is also 2, so this 8 value will be pushed into the answer, and now this 8 don't have any left child or right child, so nothing will happen. Then the while loop will run again. This time the value of n will be 1, so this for loop will run once, and the temp value will be 9 this time. and then we pop out 9 from the queue, and here I and n both are 1, so the 9 value will be pushed into the queue, and 9 don't have any child, so nothing will happen, and this while loop will end because the queue is empty, and we get our answer. So this is the trick. I hope you understand it. If not, then you should write the code at least once and see what happens, and I am including the code in the description also. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and so that you can watch more similar videos. Thank you.